So here we are going to start our Amazon assessment. So let's see. Hope I can do well. Okay. So Amazon. So let's see the question first. We cannot wait. Amazon is planning. Then if I go here, what happens? Let's see. Nothing happens. Amazon is planning to release a new order prioritization algorithm to optimize fulfilling Prime deliveries on time. All orders, Prime otherwise, are given an alphanumeric ID code. Okay, they have alphanumeric ID. However, Prime orders are given additional metadata that consist of a space delimited list of lowercase English letters, whereas non-prime orders are given metadata that consist of only a space delimited string of positive integers. What do you mean by space delimited? Each order is therefore defined as their alphanumeric ID code followed by a space. There is alphanumeric ID code followed by a space followed by space delimited metadata. You have been tasked with sorting a list of all the orders in the order queue to assist in prioritization of fulfillment. They should be sorted according to the following order. The prime order should be returned first, sorted by lexicographic sort of the alphabetic metadata. The prime order should be returned first, sorted by the lexicographic sort of the alphabetic metadata. Only in the case of ties, the identifier should be used as a backup sort. The remaining non-prime orders must all come after in the original order they were given in the input. Write a function or method to return a list of strings representing the correctly prioritized orders according to this system. The input to the function method consists of one argument, order list. So order list. It is a list of strings, or you can say order list is a list of strings, or you can say it is a string. It is a string array. Array consisting of strings. It is a string array. Array consisting of strings. In the input we have order list, which is a list of strings representing all of the orders. Return a list of strings representing the correctly prioritized orders according to this system. तो हमको एक sorted list return करना है. 0 less than equal to number of orders less than equal to 10 to 3. The order identifier consists of only lowercase English characters and numbers. Sorting for tie breaks should be used. Sorting for tie breaks. The order identifier consists of only lowercase English characters and numbers. Sorting for tie breaks should use ASCII value. As an example, order identifier A1 should come before the order identifier AA. Okay. Suppose let's see the input order list. We have ZID 9312. तो फर्स्ट के लिए ZLD 9312, इसके लिए आंसर क्या आता है मेरा? इसके लिए आंसर आता है मेरा 125 echo डॉट सेकेंड जनरेशन. वन सेकेंड मेरा इनपुट ये दिया है, ये मेरा इनपुट है बेसिकली. तो जैसे यहाँ पे बोला है, लाइक अगर एक एरे होता है, ये एरे है तो इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ इंटीजर. यहाँ स्ट्रिंग एरे तो इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ द स्ट्रिंग्स ओनली. बट ये 2D एरे नहीं है ना. 2D एरे इज समथिंग डिफरेंट. ये देखते हैं. देर आर 4 प्राइम ऑर्डर्स. देर आर ओके. तो 1 2 3. देर आर 4 प्राइम ऑर्डर्स lines with words. Now because echo comes before Kindle, uh, so those lines should come first with dot coming before show. ये दोनों सेम है. Okay, so let's see the like second question. Suppose this question can be solved in brute force, but what if it doesn't accept? That is another case. But let's see like that second question. What is there? Second question में एक बार नजर डाल देते हैं क्या है question. Your team at Amazon is working on a system that divides applications to a mixed cluster of computing devices. Okay, working on a system that divides applications to a mixed cluster of computing devices. Okay, each application is identified by an integer ID. Each application is identified by an integer ID, requires a fixed non-zero amount of memory to execute. Non-zero amount of memory to execute, and is defined to be either a foreground or background application. IDs are guaranteed to be unique within their own application type but not across types. तो यार बात क्या है लाइक जो ओए होता है हमारा जनरली ओए is of like higher level to like eliminate a large audience. OA is of difficulty is high, not difficulty I can say OAs have are of high difficulty. They put difficult questions by default, higher level. मतलब, in a way, they put higher level of questions so that to eliminate the crowd. That's why they put because once you get one because when we see interview question because once you get shortlisted, well, not once you get but when you enter the interview, when you enter the interview, there they will ask pure DSA questions. But in the OA like CP questions can be not particularly CP. Just saying the OA is of higher level. Just want to say. Okay, each device should be assigned two applications at once, one foreground application and one background application. Now, foreground and background devices have limited amounts of memory and cannot execute applications that require more memory than the available memory. Each device should be assigned two applications, one foreground application and one background application. Devices have limited amounts of memory and cannot execute applications that require more memory than the available memory. अब इसके बाद क्या दिया? The goal of the system is application pair. Is to maximize the total utilization of the memory of a given device. Foreground background application in pair is considered to be optimal if there is does not exist another pair that uses more memory than this pair, and also has a total less than or equal to the total memory of the device. For example, the device has the 10 MB of memory, then foreground background pair using a sum of 9 memory should be optimal. Yes, correct, because the total memory is less than the used memory. The used memory is less than the device memory. There is a device memory and there is a consumed memory. So there are two memories: device memory and consumed memory. That's the case. Now, uh, huh, if does not exist a pair that uses some total of would be optimal if there does not exist a pair that uses some total of 10 MB. Write an algorithm to find the sets of foreground and background application. Write an algorithm. So what I can say, like if you are solving that lead code contest, if you are solving that lead code contest, then I think like same type of question or same concept of it. Write an algorithm to find the sets of foreground and background application pairs. So basically वो जो foreground that optimally utilize a given device for a given list of foreground application and a given list of background applications. ऐसा कुछ दिया है. So first is the device capacity that I told, like it is the device memory and maximum capacity of the given device. Foreground app list. So basically foreground app list, it is a list of pairs of integers. See, if it is a list of integers, it is an array. But if it is a list of pairs of integers, that means it is the 2D array, where first integer represents the, like it is a pair of integer na, so in that pair first integer represents the unique id of a foreground application, and second integer represents the amount of memory required by this application. Background also, there is a list of pairs of integers where the first integer represents the unique id of a foreground background application, and second integer represents the amount of memory required by this application. Return a list of pairs of integers representing the pairs of IDs of foreground and background application that optimally utilize the given device. So basically मुझे foreground app ID background app ID का pair basically return करना है. तो बेसिकली टेस्ट केस समझ लेते हैं कि एक्चुअली सॉल्व हुआ कैसे, तो समझ में आ जाएगा. जैसे फोरग्राउंड ऐप लिस्ट, फोरग्राउंड ऐप लिस्ट आपका ये दिया है आईडी मेमोरी, आईडी मेमोरी, आईडी मेमोरी, और बैकग्राउंड में 1 2 दिया है. बैकग्राउंड में लाइक 1 2 दिया है. हमको रिटर्न क्या करना है? हमको आईडी रिटर्न, हाँ, हमको आईडी रिटर्न करना है. आईडी रिटर्न करना है मतलब वो पेयर का पहला वाला आपको रिटर्न करना है. सो हाँ, आपको पेयर का पहला वाला जो है ना वो रिटर्न करना है, पेयर का पहला. आउटपुट 2 1 आ रहा है, कैसे आया देखते हैं। देर आर ओनली 3 कॉम्बिनेशंस, 1 1 कॉम्बिनेशन। लाइक उन्होंने क्या किया, हम बैकग्राउंड इसका कॉम्बिनेशन ले रहे हैं, बैकग्राउंड इसका इसका तो 1 1 कॉम्बिनेशन है, 2 1 कॉम्बिनेशन है, 3 1 कॉम्बिनेशन है। बहुत बढ़िया, सबसे पहले हमने टोटल कॉम्बिनेशंस देख लिए। अब क्या करना है, अब इनकी हमको वो देखना है, इसकी टोटल मेमोरी देखना है। लाइक अगर मैं 1 1 कॉम्बिनेशन का टोटल मेमोरी देखता हूँ तो 4 आएगा, इस केस में 6 आएगा, थर्ड वाले केस में आ जाएगा 8 आएगा। और तुमको डिवाइस कैपेसिटी 7 दी है, तो तुम कौन सा चूज करोगे। तुम्हारे पास तीन मेमोरी है, 4 6 8। 4 6 8 में से हमको कोई एक एक चूज करना है या मल्टीपल चूज करना है। यू जस्ट हैव टू लाइक, यू कैन चूज मल्टीपल ऑल्सो। हाँ, मल्टीपल भी चूज कर सकते हैं, हाँ मल्टीपल भी चूज कर सकते हैं, बट 4 6 8 में कौन से चूज होंगे ये हमको बताना है। सो 6 is the largest use that does not exceed 7, so 2 1 is the only optimal pair। तो हमको यहाँ पे ऑप्टिमल पेयर यहाँ पे 6 का वाला जो सी का वो है जिसका सम 6 है। करेक्ट है, मतलब करेक्ट है, बिकॉज मेन लॉजिक यहाँ पे ये है, ऐसा मेमोरी जो कि डिवाइस कैपेसिटी से ज़्यादा ना हो। तो यहाँ पे दो मेमोरी आती हैं, 4 और 6 आती है। एग्जाम्पल 2 देखते हैं। 10 है और ये फोरग्राउंड एप्लिस्ट दिया है और बैकग्राउंड एप्लिस्ट दिया है। आउटपुट में हमारा आया है, इसका बेसिकली नंबर ऑफ पॉसिबल कॉम्बिनेशंस देखना पड़ेगा कि 1 1 का 6 आता है, फिर 1 2 का ये आता है, ऐसा ऐसा करना पड़ेगा। एक्सप्लेनेशन है, यहाँ पे दो पेयर हैं, फोरग्राउंड बैकग्राउंड एप्लीकेशन पॉसिबल दैट ऑप्टिमली यूटिलाइजेस द गिवन डिवाइस। एप्लीकेशन टू, application 2 from foreground applist using this. Application 2 means this ID2 from foreground applist uses 5 memory units. Application 2 uses, application 2 use करता है ऐसा। And application 4 from background applist also uses 5 memory units. Okay. Application 4 from the background list also uses 5 memory units. Combined they add up to 10 of memory. Similarly, application 3 from foreground, तो बेसिकली डिवाइस कैपेसिटी 10 है, तो उसके ऊपर जो सम जाएगा उसको कंसिडर नहीं करना है। तो बेसिकली उसके ऊपर जो जाएगा उसको कंसिडर नहीं करना है। इन दैट केस आपका तो वो वही आ जाएगा, उसके ऊपर जाएगा तो उसको कंसिडर ही नहीं करना है। बट उसके कम रहेगा या नीचे रहेगा तो उसको कंसिडर करना है। Combined they add up to 10 units of memory. Similarly, application 3 from foreground app list uses 7 memory units. So this was the approach. We'll traverse the vector and background vector and we'll check the sum. Okay, and after that if sum is equal then we'll append, and if it is less than d then largest one have to be, means we have to basically calculate the largest, basically largest sum, sorry, the largest sum closest to d. If it is equal to d then it is okay, if it is closest to d, okay, that we have to see. So this was the, now we will run the code. So there are basically three options: run code, and that will check for any compilation errors, and or run test, that will check for like test also. Basically run code, run test are both and same only, they are both the same only, nothing else. Suppose 16 test cases are running, a run code how many test cases are running, that we can see. Second, here also 16, so both are the one and the same. And next we will submit. So as you can see, only few minutes are remaining. If we run it, then we see that all the test cases are passed. See, only few minutes are remaining, so I will just submit it. Okay, so it has been submitted. Now if we see this part, so what we have done, we have just used, when we see the approach, it is just big of, we are just traversing that string array only, so it's just big of n only. Like if we see Size, order list. This must be a size for the order list. 10 raised to 3, input 10 raised to n. Okay, now I think time has been right away. More like me, most like me. I like to learn. It is most like me. I don't dwell on mistakes. I think about past failures as much as most people know. Most likely, more like me. I don't dwell on my mistakes. Yes, most like me. I often choose predictability over the unknown. I take a flexible approach to new challenges. Yes, okay, more like me. I persist until a task is done. I am about to reliable as everyone else. I'm about as reliable. I persist until a task is done. Okay. Here to see what is the meaning of persist. Yes, I notice when I benefit from someone else's actions, I want everything I've been given. Most projects need a structured plan. I usually deal with problems as they come up. Yes, most likely. I really miss deadline. Most likely. I always looking for new ways to do things. It makes me feel good when a plan works out. I noticed it is the most like me. I'm grateful for all the point support I receive. I look for work where I can build new skills. I always plan and prioritize my tasks. Yes, correct. Sometimes I work hard and sometimes I hardly work. I sometimes have a hard time putting failure behind me. I own a lot of success to other people. So I am energized by change. Yes, more like me. The plan increases efficiency. I like to do something new every day. Then I spot errors that others overlook. I recover from setbacks as quickly as others. Then after that, I appreciate all the good things that come on my way of life. I really miss deadlines. If I focus on my time and always looking for new ways to do things, I put failures behind. Double checking my work is built on my process. Then it makes you feel good when my plan works out. Yes, recognition clear important to others. I'm judged by change, more like me or most like me. And always looking for a new things to learn. I focus more on future possibilities and the past, most like me. I usually make careful. What is this back button? Okay. I am known for getting work done, most like me. I will check my I appreciate the opportunities that have been given. I easily bounce back from failure. Yes, correct. Most project needs I know I would focus on learning if I had more time. I'm grateful for support that I am disciplined about getting work done. I adjust quickly to new things. Checking your work is important. And after that, I put failures behind me. Or okay, most like me. After how others help me get there where I am, I was looking for new things to learn. I have to change quickly. Then I recover from setbacks about as quickly like others. I usually create a plan before starting to work. Some things I think about how others will contribute to my constant change is exhausting. I sometimes have a hard time putting failure behind me. Reaching work is usually a waste of time. Rechecking your work, I sometimes have a hard time putting failure behind me. Meeting commitments is a top priority. I like to learn new things when I have extra time. My control is equally important as others. My key component is having a detailed plan. Adapt to change quickly. Checking your work is important. I persist to challenging tasks. I want to learn something new. I usually don't dwell on the past. I usually create a plan before I start my work. Yes, most like me. I sometimes notice things are missing. I appreciate the part that I've been given is correct. I think now I have done the Amazon assessment. Senior Mr. Experience survey. Oh my god, I have to fill the feedback survey also. What Amazon is like? Amazon is like, I mean, yes, correct, correct, correct. All the things are correct. Agree strongly. Agree. One more assessment is there. If you have any other comments that you would like to say, what I can write? Yes, overall the assessment was challenging and have had good questions. I like the platform, like hacker rank, hacker rank hatch. I think spelling is right. Just like hacker rank.